Okay, welcome everybody to this first in a series Python course. So we're going to look at lesson 1 today. So what we're going to look at in this lesson is we're going to look at the inputs and outputs and understand how Python reads and processes data. Python is a very powerful language, very useful one to learn and to use, and it's a good one to get started with. So let's have a look. What we want to do first is head over to the course, okay? And we're going to head over to this website, learncodeinnovate.com. It should be in the link as well. You should be able to get into this. And you can see there's a couple of courses here. We're going to start with the first one, Year 7 Python. We're going to click on login. So you'll get a login code. So the login for this one will be shared with you. So it's just your username and password. And for this one, just a demo one I'm going to use here. Okay, so log in. Once you log in, it should look like this. You can actually pick and change your avatar here. So if I click on this, I've chosen Norman one. And as you make more points, you can actually upgrade your avatar, and you might choose a new one. So it depends on how many points you get during the course of this session or this course. And so I'm going to choose actually this one for now, and I'm going to click on my course here, Year 7 Python. So it should be already signed up for you. You should be already able to access it. I'm going to click on here, and then I can see here this is my avatar or my profile picture here. And as I progress through the course, these will light up, and the goal is, of course, to get them all set to green. So as you go down here, the first thing it says is to do here, you have to receive a grade and then receive a passing grade, okay? So you need to pass this one before you can move to the next one, and so on until we get to the end, okay? So we're going to look at the first item on here. I'm going to attempt the quiz, okay? So we have 5 questions in this quiz. You can see them up here at the top. And we have a place to run some code here. We're going to predict what's going to happen. We're going to run it. We're going to investigate it, and then we're going to modify it, okay? So right now I have 3 numbers here, and it says predict the sum size before calculating. Very easy one. We just need to add up the numbers here. So I'm thinking 2, 3, 6. It should be about 11. That should be what we get as an output. Run. So if I run the code here, this is the code I'm running, okay? If I run it, you'll see nothing really happens. Just says print run your code here. So under this to do hashtag, this is a comment. So this doesn't get run inside Python. It's just for the user to read. And this is my input. So we have A, B, and C. And these correlate to the numbers up here, A, B, and C. And I need to write something in here to run the code. So I'm going to delete this line here. And I'm going to just put in A, in this case plus B, and try to run it. Okay. So you see it's added those 2 numbers together for me. So now my task here is to sum of 3 numbers. Read 3 integers, each on its own line, and print their sum. Okay. So this code here should help you to begin with. If I try to just copy that, it should say disabled. Hopefully that's the same for you. So you need to type it in, okay? This is a bit of practice for you as well to type it in. So I'll do the first ones for you, just to show you how it works. Int input, because we're looking for a number. And we want B for the second one. Int input, and print that one as well. I made a mistake here. So let's have a look and see what happens. I need another number, okay, because we need 3 numbers, it says. Int input, and this time I want to print, and I want to add those 3 numbers together, okay, plus, again, plus C. So I will help you with this one. This is the first one, so I don't mind helping you doing this one. And once you think you're happy with it, I can test it up here as well, just to make sure I think it's going to work. So I can try it up here, try it. Yes, it works there, so I can see my number. So I think that's going to work. So if you want to try any code out, try it here first, and then when you think you've got it complete, hit check here, and it will check if your answer is correct or not. Okay, so let's have a look at that and click on check, and then it should show me all green, all the answers are correct, and I passed all the tests. Okay, so that's the first task, first one. So let's hit the next page then. Again, this time we want to input someone's name, and we want to modify the code. So we want to predict the exact greeting. So I think here it's going to say hey Alice, and some it's just going to say, it's going to say anything, I don't think at the minute, but what we need to do is say hey the person's name, and then an exclamation mark at the end. So we can try the code again. This time it will run your code here. So let me see. So name is the name of the variable. So if I want to print Alice, for example, I can just write it like that and try it. But that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I wanted to take in any name that I give it. So for example, if I change the name here, for example, and then I want to change this. So this is going to be called the variable called name here. I'm going to type in name. So this is the name of the variable. I'm going to try it. And now whatever I type in here will come up in my code. Okay. So again, I think it's very straightforward. One, you need to check it, test it out here. It has to say hey name. So for example, if I want to do hey, I need to do speech marks, hey. And then if I want to join that with name, I need to do a comma and try it. Okay. And it says hey Alice. So that seems to work. If I change the name again here, I can see, does it work? It changes the name. Okay. So it's going to work with any name you give it. So that's the whole point of this one. But this one, there's something missing. It says hey name exclamation mark. Okay. So how do you think you're going to change that to try and make it say that? And then once you're happy with that, you need to type your code in here and then run it. Okay. So I'm not going to happy with this one. You're going to try that one yourself. Okay. So I'm going to go to the next page. This one, predict roughly how big the square will be for the same number. So basically we have a number inputted here, and then we want to square that number. So we want to have the square of the number. Run and compare. So what's the square of a number? There is two ways to do that in Python. Well, actually we can do it print n, and to do a square of a number, use multiply twice. Okay, so it's going to be squared. So if I try it, it should work. Okay, so again, run the code, see does it work, and then try it down here as well. It says read an integer and print it square. I think this one is fairly straightforward. Again, explain why the application is the right operation. Try a negative input. So if I try, for example, -5, try it. It still gives me the, if I do it with just one single multiplication, try it. It's not the same, okay? It needs to be 2 multiplications, because that's how we get the square in Python. Okay, again, you try it, check does it work, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, this one, we have a bit different this time. It's called a float this time, which means it's got a decimal point. Okay, so you need to try, and I think this one is trying to find the formula for a right-angled triangle. Predict how it changes with a and b. So this is the formula. We need to use a times b divided by 2. Okay, so again, we can put our code in here. A has to be a small letter times b, and then if I try that, it should multiply it. So now I need to do one more thing, this part here, which I think you all can work out, and we need to put that into this part and check does that work. Okay, so we need to follow the formula and see does it work. Okay, And the last one, let's have a look then. This one, and so we have this one is predict each student's share and leftover. So we have 6 students and 50 apples. So just think for a few minutes there, what will be the number of apples left over, and how many apples will each person get? In this question, we're going to use what's called integer division and modular division. Okay, so integer division will give me so if I do 6 / 50, you can see what happens. Oh, wrong way around, sorry. It should be 50 / 6. It will give me how many times 6 goes into 50 as a whole number. Okay, so it goes in 8 times. But then I want to find what's left over, what's the remainder. So if I want to find out what's the remainder, we use what's called modulus. Okay, so try that. And it tells me that I have 2 left over. Okay, so again, I need to use these 2 variables here. This is not going to work for every instance of this. So we need to change these values here. So it reads these 2 values. So think about it. We'll need 2 print statements here. And we need to do it twice. So we need 2 outputs. And so this should be printing twice here. Okay. So let's see if you can manage to do that. Once you're finished, you press finish attempt. Okay. So if I click on finish attempt here, it will tell me I haven't completed these. So that's not what you want to do. You want to make sure they're all complete. And then once you're happy with all complete, you hit submit all and finish. Okay. So that's today's task. Let's see if you're able to do it.